Alright, what's up YouTube, HPJ here, and welcome to first, my first attempt at my Fortune Lady deck profile. This is pretty much, what I amalgamated together, and I'll put some twists and turns on it later on, but this is pretty much what I came up with at the moment, and I actually don't mind it. I really do. I'm really excited, really happy for all the new Fortune Lady support. It took a minute for the updates to get onto YGL Pro ES, so I'm really excited for that. And we have everybody. Everybody is here and accounted for. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So I'm running 3 copies of Fortune Lady Pass, Fortune Lady Light, Fortune Lady Water, and Fortune Lady Dark. I'm running 2 copies of Fortune Fairy Hikari, and I'm running 1 copy each of Fire, Wind, and Earth. The last monster in my main deck I'm running is a set of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. For my spells, I'm running 3 copies of Fortune's Feature, 2 copies of Fortune's Vision, 2 copies of Fortune Lady Calling, 2 copies of Wonder Wand, 2 copies of Allure of Darkness, and for all the single cards, I'm running 1 copy of Spellbook of Knowledge, 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 copy of World Legacy Succession, 1 copy of Reasoning, 1 copy of One for One, 1 copy of Rageki, and 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Then for the only tribe in the deck, I'm running 2 copies of Fortune Lady Rewind. For my extra deck, I'm running 1 copy of Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, 1 copy of Ib, World Chalice Mako. I'm running 2 copies of Fortune Lady Ever, 1 copy of Barrel Low Dragon, 1 copy of Barrel Sword Dragon, 1 copy of Yuja, Skull Dread, 1 copy of Summon Sorceress, a copy of Unicorn, Phoenix, and Cerberus, the Nightmare setup. And I'm running a copy of Crystal Needle Fiber, a copy of Drop in Ease, I'm going to pronounce his name weirdly, but Puzzlomino. And I'm running 1 copy of Underclock Taker and 1 copy of Link Carino. And as you can tell, I do have a side deck that consists of the rest of the hand traps, Ash Boss, was it Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, Ghost Bella and the Haunted Mansion, 3 Effect Veilers, Terraforming, Future Visions, Gold Sark, and Foolish Burial. So, I have an entire setup and lineup of cards waiting in wait. This was a dream come true for a lot of Fortune Lady fans because we finally got support, not only for the Fortune Fairies, but we also got support of the Fortune Ladies. And what's even crazier is now we finally have our own tuner and we finally have our own synchro monster. It took a long time for this, literally almost 10 years, or probably 10 years, since the 5Ds era was introduced into Yu-Gi-Oh! And the inclusion of synchro monsters. So you can imagine that as a longtime fan of a lot of decks that didn't get a lot of support during that era, or little to no support, yeah, this was really strange that now all of a sudden they gave the support, but we're really, really happy about it. Not to mention when you look at a lot of the things that has transpired over the years, they missed out on a lot of opportunities to enhance a lot of decks. But I guess this is pretty much their way of saying, okay, we forgot about these decks, so let's put them in. So, fortunately, passed. I think this is one of the many cards that I did talk about in the discussion video, and she is great. She has the ability to banish any number of spellcaster monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard, except the monster that you're going to be targeting to increase its level by the number of monsters that you're banishing, or reduce its level by the number of cards you're banishing. She is a Fortune Lady, of course, so she has question mark attack and defense, but she gains her attack and defense. Her attack and defense will be 200 times her level, and of course during the standby phase, your standby phase, she increases her level by 1. So, which increases her attack and defense, which does help her in that sense. But the overall factor is that Fortune Lady Pass helps with synchro summoning and getting a lot of the synchro monsters onto the field. And like I said, this was something that we wanted when Fortune Ladies came out, and now we finally have it. It's just, it was a late coming, but it's never too late to make an archetype or a deck stronger than it once was before. Fortune Lady Light is your summoner of all your Fortune Ladies, which is removed from the field by a card effect. So you have all your options and variations to get thanks to Fortune Lady Light. Fortune Lady Water is the draw power of the archetype. Running her at 3 is a must because she really just helps you thin out your deck, get into a lot of your power plays, and get into all your resources. Do note that you cannot summon a fortune. If you summon Fortune Lady Water while you can out of the water, you cannot draw cards off of it. You have to have another Fortune Lady that is not a Fortune Lady Water on the board for Fortune Lady Water to trigger her effect. Fortune Lady Dark, whenever a Fortune Lady destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can summon a Fortune Lady from your graveyard to the field. Although most people feel this is a weak effect, Fortune Lady Dark has a lot of promise because it can take out a lot of things. With her 2000 attack and defense, and of course her increase during each standby phase. So you will not have anything to worry about when it comes to Dark, in terms of that. And if you're running the Chaos variation of Fortune Lady's Chastity, Fortune Lady Dark gets a ton of use in that scenario of the game. I'm only running one Fire, Wind, and Earth because I feel like these are pretty much the lackluster of the Fortune Ladies. They do need a lot of care when it comes to the deck, but I did put each of them in just to make sure that they at least got some recognition. Maybe my future builds will take them out and put in a lot of other cards for them, but for the most part, when Fire summons, she destroys a monster. When she's summoned through a Fortune Lady effect, she can destroy a monster on the field and inflict damage to your opponent. Wind has to be normal summoned in order for her effect to trigger, which is for the number of Fortune Ladies you control, destroy at any number of cards your opponent controls in their spell and trap zone. And in Fortune Lady Earth, whenever her level increases, she inflicts 400 points of damage. And let's talk about Fortune Lady Hakari. Hakari is pretty much here to help with Fortune Lady Light. When she's drawn into, you search summon her from your hand. You can target one monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, search summon a level 1 spellcaster type monster from your deck to the field. And that's pretty much just to help to speed up the process of Fortune Lady Light and getting Light's effect to trigger. She is not a bad card at all. She's very useful to that sense, but you don't want to like have too many of her because you just want to make sure that she's here for light or she's here to tribute herself to get light. Then the hand trap of choice is Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. You can use Effect Veiler if you feel like it, because I think Effect Veiler would be a more prominent choice because she's a tuner, she's a spellcaster, and she would easily work with Fortune Fairy Hakari and Hakari's effect to, give spellcaster to the board. Maybe you can make some synchro plays and even put in Formula Synchro on if that's the case. But I wanted to get at least one hand trap that can do multiple things at once. And Ash Blossom just seems to be everyone's go-to choice now, especially because of the reprint. Now, talking about the spell cards, Fortune's Future, send the banish Fortune Lady to your graveyard, draw 2 cards. Like I said, this deck, in terms of draw power and search power, has become tremendous. And you will see a lot of the combinations of stuff going ham with a lot of these things. It's going to be really crazy when July and August gets here in the TCP, because Fortune Ladies are going to have a ton of utility. You're going to see a lot of Fortune Lady builds working with a lot of the spellcaster and banish support that this game offers. Let's move on to Fortune's Vision. This is pretty much they're tanky. You can search any Fortune Lady card when this card is activated and added to your hand. Then if a Fortune Lady, then a card you control is banished, your cards cannot be destroyed by card effect. If a card your opponent controls is banished, you will take no damage from the next attack. For the next time you'll take damage, which is great in a lot of sense of, dealing with nasty burn effects, dealing with nasty battle damage and stuff like that. So this really does help in that sense, but it is a search card for Fortune Ladies, and it's an amazing help to the Fortune Lady archetype, because that's something that they did not have. They didn't have search ability. They had draw power, they had summoning power, but they didn't have anything to search. And because they all have question mark attack and defense, there was really nothing that could search for them. You can use Flying Kamakari, Kamikiri number 1, you can use Great Rat or stuff like that to search for them, because they had question mark attack and defense. And because their attack and defense can only be right on the field, this was pretty much their only option. Then we move over to Fortune Lady Calling. So you search summon a Fortune Lady for your deck when you control a Fortune Lady monster. The other thing about it is that it has to be a different name, and then for the rest of the turn, you cannot search summon from your extra deck except for Synchro Monsters. Don't worry, they have Synchro Monsters, so this card does not hurt them at all. It just helps speed up the process to summon cards like Light and Water and Dark and get their effects going. Then Let's move over. Oh, actually, in fire too, because she's a fortune lady. Did you say fortune lady monster? Fortunately, card, so no, you need it. So, fortunately, fire and start blowing up stuff. All right, let's move on to some more of the deck's amazing draw power. We have the form of Lord Darkness. I'm running 6 Dark Monsters, so this card does not go dead at all. I'm running the 2 copies of Wonder Wand because everyone's a spellcaster, and if I want to beat over something with additional 500 points, I can, and then wait till my second mate, till my phase 2, send my send my cards to the graveyard to draw 2 additional cards to set up for back row and for protection. Regeki is here to remove monsters. Monster Reborn is just to summon things. We have World Legacy Succession to summon monsters as well, as long as as long as there's an area that's being pointed to by a link monster that I control. I'm sorry, area in which a link monster is pointed to that I control. So, which helps if I'm going against opponents running something that drastic or stupid. And I can always summon Fortunately Light if I get running into Taphologic Bomber Dragon, and then I can trigger her effect and summon fire. Um, Reasoning, because everyone's level is completely different in this deck, this is a great card for them. This is a card they used before when the cards came out. It was more so strange if you wanted to mill your entire deck or not, but because of how Fortunately is, and there's really not really much spells and traps to really deal with now in back row, stuff like warning and stuff. This does become very useful, gets out a lot of the fortune ladies, and you're really putting your opponent onto a question mark situation. Like, okay, what level do I choose? If I choose 1, will he get the 1, or will he get the nice level 5, or the nice level 4 that can be coming out and wrecking my face? So you put your opponent on the edge. Monster Reborn. Most people are running this to help with fortunately water, so you can banish water and then summon water and then trigger her with her effect and get those cards going. You can trigger it with light. Um, yeah, you pretty much just wanted to get water. Or just get any fortunately for your graveyard and summon it to the field, and then you can trigger water. When she's summoned through a special summon, it's it's just here to help water. It'd be a summoning card. And you should have Monster Reborn. The Spellbook of Knowledge, sending light to the graveyard to draw 2 cards and then trigger a light's effect. Sending water to the graveyard to set her back up so that someone can pick her up again. And just like I said, the overwhelming draw power. The 1-for-1 is either you get Fortunately Light, Fortunately Pass, or Fortune Fairy Hikari to pretty much get your level 1 play started and going. And then the trap card is pretty much a hysteric party for your fortune ladies. And then you shuffle them back into the deck during the end phase. Hopefully enough, you don't really have to if you synchro and synchro and link summon with them. But hey, everyone has a drawback to them. It kind of reminds me, like I said, of Hysteric Party, and also reminds me of Adultship Palooza, because Palooza sends the monsters back to the deck that were not used. Why this is sending the monsters back to the deck that weren't used. Like, you didn't get them off the field fast enough. And you do have to use different names, which isn't hard, because you got Dark and Water on the card. So if you can summon water with another Fortune Lady, bam, you're drawing cards off of it. And it's okay to send them back to the deck, because at that point you have enough search and special summon capabilities through your cards at that point, so where they can be coming back to the field. Alright, so I've talked about the main deck. Let's talk about the extra, where we at in time. Yeah, we're pretty good on time. Alright, so Linkuriboh, because I'm running a lot of level 1s, and Linkuriboh is a really good monster on his setup too. Then we have Drop and Ease. Drop and Ease just helps you destroy monsters by choosing a level between 1 and 8, and then that monster will become that level, and you can target a monster with the same level and destroy them. So you pretty much just have destruction effect with this. You need to use Fortune Lady Light and trigger her effect off. Decode Talker, Underclock Taker. Underclock Taker. Just attack and defense manipulation. Other than that, it's a link 2 monster. You can link it with another monster to link some higher level link monsters. Kriston Evil 5 Arrows, even though you're not in TCG yet, Kriston is pretty much here to help bring tuners to the board so you can synchro and get into your synchro monster. I'm running the Nightmare Engine to Cerberus helps get rid of monsters, Phoenix helps get rid of spells and traps, and Unicorn helps me bounce stuff away. Then we look at the beautiful summon sorceress, multiple copy summon. That's pretty much what she's here for. She's not too bad of a monster herself, honestly. She isn't. It's just that you're probably most likely going to use her to summon someone to help you synchro into something, and most of the time it's going to be Fortune Lady forever. And Fortune Lady passed to help you do that. I mean, she's still a really good monster, and she still is a link monster. You get into help you get into bigger links as well. Speaking of bigger links, let's talk about all three of them. We have Yuja. This deck is amazing in combination with Yuja because of how frequent you're summoning. You're getting a lot of cards onto the board. You're getting a lot of cards to help Yuja get summoned, or Barrel Sword or Barrel Load, and taking advantage of a lot of effects. You get draw power, you get attack increase, and you get a special summon off of Yuja. When you look at Barrel Sword Dragon, you get a double attack, you get ignoring monster. This card can be destroyed in battle, which is great, and then while it's using effects, it can be it's your opponent can't respond to its activation. So you're really working with a lot of things. And you have that whole gaining attack to really help you deal more damage to your opponent or get over stuff. And then Barrel Sword Dragon is a monster snatcher with some very high attack, and he can be affected by he can be targeted by card effects, which is amazing as well. So yeah, a lot of benefits here. Let's talk about the synchro monsters. First one is Ib, the World Chalice Meko. She's pretty much here to help you search for World Chalice Succession. Other than that, she's also a tuner monster. And a low-level tuner monster as well, so you can get into some of your other synchros that I'll mention in just a moment. Especially since we're mentioning it now, let's move over to Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. So it's been a minute since we've seen Trish. Trish is pretty much banish a card from your opponent's hand, banish a card from your opponent's field, and banish a card in your opponent's graveyard. This doesn't target, which is even funnier. Then it doesn't destroy, so you get that option of getting rid of cards there. And it's a great removal card, if anything. It does take 3 monsters for its summon, but hey, it's worth it when you can get rid of stuff at ease. Then let's talk about the Synchro monster herself. This is Fortune Lady Ever. So Ever comes out with 2800 attack. She gains a level every time she's on the field, so it'll still make her so stronger. But the benefit to this is every time when she levels up, she is banishing a card on your opponent's side of the field. So she's getting rid of threats that a monster that says on your opponent's field. So she's helping you get rid of those threats. And if she's in the graveyard during your opponent's invasion, you banish a spellcaster to special summon her. And that helps as well because you're running mainly spellcasters anyway. She's going to come back to the board eventually, and she's going to make sure when she comes back to the board, she's taking out stuff during the next standby phase. For your turn, it is just as useful as ever. I love the fact that we have Fortune Lady Ever. Excuse me, because I have to stretch. And she is just an amazing boss monster, and it's about time we got one. Boss monster for the Fortune Ladies, and she works well with her archetype, banishing them to summon herself, so you can trigger off cards like Fortune's Future, you can trigger off Fortune Lady Rewind, so you have a lot of utility with her, you have a lot of defenses with her, a lot of just amazing things with this beautiful Fortune Lady. So, other than that, I guess I can talk a little bit about the side deck. I just put in a whole bunch of hand traps. I want to pay some mention to, of course, Future Visions. This is an option card if you want to really take advantage of Fortune's Vision because of its additional effects. And then you can run Terraforming, of course, to search for it because there isn't a way to search for. There is a trap card that can help you search for it. There's Land of Demise, which helps you get a field spell to the field. So if Terraforming is not your option, there are other ways to get Fortune's Future to the field. Future Visions to the field. With ease, but this is very much a way to help tactically get rid of cards that your opponent has, and then drop another one on top of it. Because if it leaves the field, it's not the same Future Vision as what's on the field. So, yeah. And then Gulsark is pretty much an optional card as well, banishing a Fortune Lady, and then because of all the setup that this deck has, you can easily send the Fortune Lady back to the graveyard and then trigger her effects there, or you can use Fortune Lady Rewind and summon them through its effects. And Fearless Burial, like Gulsark, except for you're sending it to the graveyard. Water, dark, light, pretty much your go-to at that point. And those are the monsters that you really want to focus on getting back to the field so that you can trigger a lot of their effects, or remove from the field to trigger their effects. So that is pretty much it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed this, and I'll be coming back to this soon with another variation of it. Um, because I really, really enjoy the Fortune Ladies, and this is one of my favorite archetypes from the 5Ds era. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell when you want to be informed of when I am uploading my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.